Welcome to Today of All Days, episode 67.
What are you doing under there?
Underwear.
Today is Syndicated Saturday, August 5th, 2017. And today is
National Disc Golf Day! The popularity of disc golf has soared over the last decade. However, the sport was actually invented back in the early 1900s as an elementary schoolyard game played with tin lids.
In 1961, Kevin Donnelly, a recreation supervisor in California, began organizing tournaments in parks in Newport Beach. And in 1965, the first full city-wide disc golf tournament was held with hula hoops as goals.
The chain baskets we use today were invented in the 70s by Steady Ed Hedrick, who also founded the PDGA, Professional Disc Golf Association.
The modern discs used in the sport, were created by Dave Dunapes in 1983.
Today, disc golf is played in over 4,000 courses in over 40 countries worldwide. So, it has been, you could say, a hole-in-one in our culture.
And that brings us to
Today in History. On August 3rd, 1981, the Professional Air Traffic Controllers Organization declared a strike, seeking better working conditions, better pay, and a 32-hour work week. They also wanted to get away from the civil service clause in their contracts.
13,000 air traffic controllers went on strike. President Ronald Reagan himself responded, declaring it a peril to national safety, and ordered them back to work. Only 1,300 employees returned.
So for those of you that don't know, an air traffic controller is pretty much the person that makes it to where there's space for an airplane to land. So without an air traffic controller, you really don't have an airport. In fact, you have airplane collisions. You have all these planes trying to land whenever they feel like it without being able to communicate with each other. It's a mess. So when you go to an airport and you have a safe flight and you make it safely, you have the air traffic controller to thank for that. Reagan then made this statement. Let me read the solemn oath taken by each of these employees, a sworn affidavit, when they accepted their jobs. I am not participating in any strike against the government of the United States or any agency thereof, and I will not so participate while an employee of the government of the United States or any agency thereof.
After this statement, he gave the strikers 48 hours to return to work, or they would all be terminated.
It's a sad way to go. I got let go by the President of the United States. I got Reaganed. On August 5th, 2017, Reagan fired 11,345 striking air traffic controllers who had ignored the order.
The aftermath is that it took 10 years for everybody to get back on track with the correct amount of workers at the right airports doing their jobs the way they're supposed to.
I heard that while everything was going on, they had to take pretty much the amount of flights that were happening and cut them in half. Could you imagine how crazy that would be, especially today? I feel like you have a lot more people traveling, they're able to travel, and they just take it for granted that you can just hop on a plane and go. And yeah, we might complain about the TSA and all that stuff, but at least we have a plane to jump on. It might be 4 hours later, and we might get punched in the face. But we still have an airplane to get on.
And now we're gonna jump on into
Underwear Day! Evidence suggests that primitive man wore loincloths as far back as 7,000 years ago. As time went on, different cultures continued using their loincloth or got rid of it completely. Looking at you, ancient Greece.
Pull-on underwear, called brays, were created in the 13th century and were worn by just about everyone from any class of society, even knights. These undergarments were poofy around the groin, and clothing had to be especially made to fit around them.
Underwear was typically buttoned or tied around the waist until the 1930s when the elastic waistband was introduced. Hanes was one of the first companies to produce these newly designed boxers.
Today, underwear comes in many different shapes and sizes, and the emphasis is not always on comfort or practicality. However, they have also become a form of self-expression with so many varieties out there. So put on your favorite pair of undies or go commando on this day.
Today of all days.
Today of all days.
And we will see y'all Monday. Bye.
Bye.